Hello, question. In an action for reversion, what would be one of the things to look for? So, okay, just in case there is a situation where you have a land title, a certificate of title issued over a land under your name, and the government questions the validity of this certificate of title, seeking its cancellation. No, so what would be one of the things to look for? So before answering that question, hello, I'm Attorney John Edmond Ruz, and you are listening to our show, Hold Your Ground, where we spend a few minutes of the present to gather lessons from the past, like these Supreme Court cases, and use it for our decisions in the future. So, getting back to the question, no? In an action for reversion, what would be one of the things to look for? So, in a Supreme Court case, no, I gather this note. It is important to look for an allegation by the government that there is either fraud or misrepresentation in the cadastral proceedings, or land titling proceedings, or land registration proceedings, and in the issuance of the title. The argument of the government that the property was unlawfully included in the certificate of title because it is of the public domain cannot be enough. No, this sentence is included because this was from a case where the government merely alleged that the property they are trying to revert from the private ownership back to the public dominion was already part of the public domain. No, from the time of the issuance of the certificate of title, this certain parcel of land, the subject of the case, was in fact alienable and disposable. 30 years later, it was reclassified into a forest land, meaning it is an inalienable public land. So, it is not enough to mention in the complaint that the certain parcel of land covered by a certificate of title under your name, perhaps, is part of the public domain. That is not enough. There must be an allegation that the certificate of title was issued under your name. No, the application was granted for registration. It was granted under your name. No, the application for titling was granted because there was fraud or misrepresentation in the process or in the application for a certificate of title. That is a very important allegation. No, although in this very same case, no, the court also mentioned that there are also instances when we granted reversion on grounds other than fraud or misrepresentation, such as when a person obtains a title under the Public Land Act, which includes by oversight lands which cannot be registered under the torrent system. So the keyword there is oversight. Nasipyat, no? Mistake. It was titled, but it should not have been titled in the first place. So misrepresentation, fraud, or oversight, this should be an allegation in the complaint for reversion. If no, this complaint for reversion, God forbid, is filed against you. So you have to look for this because that would be one of the very important aspects of the complaint for reversion by the government against you and your certificate of title. Okay, so if you like our video, please like our page and click the subscribe button. Thank you.